Hey guys, what's going on? In today's video, I'm going to break down the 10 steps that you need to take when purchasing an investment condo here in the Clearwater Beach or surrounding area. And I'm going to tell you why you want to do some of these steps early on in the process so they don't come back to haunt you in the end. So stay tuned. My name is John Kinnanen, and I'm with the Gulf Coast is my home.com, brokered by eXp Realty. We've been selling real estate here in the Clearwater Beach and surrounding area for over 10 years now. I sell from Clearwater Beach down to St. Pete Beach, all of St. Petersburg, and from Anna Maria Island all the way down to Siesta Key. If at any point during this video you have any questions about the real estate market in the Clearwater Beach or surrounding area, feel free to put them in the comment section below, or feel free to send me a text at 734-972-7388 or shoot me a quick phone call. I'd love to hear from you. And if you stick around to the end, I'm going to give you 4 bonus tips on how to keep your condo rented more frequently and for more money. So make sure you stick around to the end. Let's get to it. The very first step you want to do is you want to research the area. You want to make sure that this area is a place that you want to either A, retire in, B, you like to vacation here, or C, you might just be purchasing this condo just to get some passive income coming in. So whatever the case may be, make sure you research the area to make sure you like it. Number 2 is once you start looking at these condos, make sure you start running the numbers to make sure they make sense to you. Take into account all the operating expenses, see what the HOA covers and what they don't cover, and just run the numbers, make sure it makes sense for you. A lot of these condos are already being rented, so some of them have rental history that you can request or that I can provide for you. A lot of times it's located in the MLS already if it is something that is being rented. So be sure to ask your realtor for that information. Number 3, you want to do this early on in the process, is figure out how much of a home you can afford. Just because the bank says you can afford this much may not, you may have other plans for that money later down the road, so just make sure that you can afford this property. The 4th thing you want to do is you want to find a local real estate agent, somebody with eyes on the ground that knows the area, that that way when you come to them and you tell them what it is you want, they can point you in the right direction. And a lot of times, like if you want to work with me, we can set up a quick Zoom call and I can get to know you, what you're really looking for, and I can help point you in the right direction. We're doing a lot of Zoom calls these days, especially with what was going on in the world last year. Everybody is used to it now. So we do a lot of video walkthroughs, and actually we go out and we actually make videos of the area for the people if they want to see what it is like to be in that area. So keep that in mind. Number 5, you want to start doing this probably once you find a condo and you get it under contract, is you want to start interviewing maybe 3 or 4 different companies that you're considering using. And if you're working with me, I can point you in the direction of a couple good solid companies that will help you run your condo complex, because it's a good idea to have a company run it for you, especially the first year if you're not used to doing this. I mean, if this is your full-time gig and this is what you do, by all means continue doing it, but maybe the first year you let this company run it just so that you can get your feet wet, and maybe after the first year you decide you want to take it on yourself. But I highly suggest at least interviewing these companies, even if you don't plan on using them, just to see what it's all about. And they'll range anywhere from 3% all the way up to 30%. I don't suggest going with the lowest because, well, you get what you pay for, right? Number 6, and this is after you've already found your real estate agent, you guys are, set up on a search, you guys are getting these condo complex or condos sent to your email as soon as they're hitting the market, or home. Maybe you're looking at purchasing a home. But check and see if it comes fully furnished. It's always a good idea to maybe see if you can get it fully furnished, unless you want to decorate it yourself if you plan on using it all the time or whatever reason. There's multiple different reasons. Maybe you want to decorate it yourself, but it always works out better almost if you buy it fully furnished. I'm not saying that's the only way to go, but if you can, look for ones that are fully furnished. Oh, and before I forget, hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you're getting any knowledge out of it or if you're getting anything out of it. And be sure to put in the comments below if you want to get our 10-step guide to purchasing your investment condo. Number 7 is set up a tour date. And this doesn't have to mean that you're going to come here and actually fly down here and take a look. I mean, you can, but with the technology we have nowadays, and especially with, I deal with a lot of people overseas in Canada, and maybe the borders aren't open at the time because well, what was going on last year, we would do a lot of Zoom tours or video tours for people. But you want to set up that date so that you can get the ball rolling and see what's out there. Number 8 is you want to get that financing in order. A lot of people are dealing with cash these days, but if you're not even if you are dealing with cash, make sure that your cash is available. Make sure, you know, when we do find a place and we do go to put in an offer, if you are purchasing with cash, we have to provide proof of funds. So let's just make sure that, you know, some people have them in stocks and things like that. Just make sure that you can get a hold of them and you can get them fairly quickly when it comes time to make that purchase. Also, if you are dealing with the mortgage, you want to take care of this sooner rather than later, because you need to know how much of a home that you can afford, and we need to have that pre-approval letter so that when we find a condo that you guys like, trust me, condos are moving, or homes are moving quickly right now. So if you find a condo or a home that you like, we need to be able to move and put that offer in. So make sure you have that pre-approval letter. Very important. Very, very important. Number 9, whatever real estate agent you're working with, whether it's me or somebody else, and you have pets, make sure you tell that person up front, because there's nothing worse than you guys get all the way to the end. You found a house or you found a condo or a home, and you get all the way to the end, and the HOA says that you're not allowed to have pets in this condo complex, or you're only allowed to have one small pet and you have a medium-sized pet and you have 2 of them. So this is very important. Let them know up front. Also, speaking of HOA, if you're planning on renting this out, make sure that their guidelines meet your criteria. Even if it's a home, some homes aren't even able to be rented all the time whenever you want to rent them. Some of them, they have ordinances and things like that. So you want to make sure that, hey, you're okay with being able to rent it once a month, or twice a year, or 3 times, or once every 3 months, whatever it is. I can tell you a lot of people get hung up on that 1 to 7 day rental, but think about it. You are then having to find, what, 52 different clients a year? Or you have to find 12 clients a year if you only can rent it once a month. These condos that you can rent only once a month, some of them still do rent very well during the off season. During the on season, obviously you have no problem renting it, but during the off season, like I said, some of these condo complexes that are monthly rentals, you can still rent them out very frequently, very well during the summer months. So keep that in mind. We can talk about that when we do set up our Zoom call or whatever, phone call. In the 10th step, if you're thinking about purchasing a condo or home, investment condo or home, is look up airdna.co and use the free version. It gives you a ton of information about the area and about how often you can expect to rent that home or condo and what you can expect to rent it for. But clear those numbers with your real estate agent, because real estate agent probably going to know the area a little bit better than what is out there on AirDNA. And like I said, don't pay for the paid version. You'll get a ton of information that you won't even be able to understand. So just stick with the free one. That's just a little tip from me. And thank you for sticking around till the end. Like I said, I'm going to give you those 4 bonus tips right now. And the very first bonus tip is, once you've purchased your investment condo or home, get drone footage and get professional photos done, because everybody starts their search online. Don't just go in there and take pictures with your phone. Maybe you know, these phones nowadays, especially these newer ones, have great cameras on them, but just trust me, get them professionally done. Like I said, everybody starts their search online, and that's how they're going to make their decision on which condo or home they're going to rent out. Number 2 is have a list of rainy day activities, because not every day is sunny down here. Believe it or not, you know, we do have them rainy days, and you won't believe how many posts I see on social media. And just because I live here, people ask me, hey, what should we do? We're down here, we're in this area, and we have teenage kids. Just have a list of things to do for younger kids, older kids, and that way that's going to set you apart from the rest of the condo complexes and hotels and anything else out there where they can stay at. They're going to go home. They're going to rave about you guys. They're going to tell all their friends and family about the rainy day activities. If that is something that happens while they're there, it doesn't happen all the time. But just have a little book. Have a little book with the menus of all the local restaurants in the area. It goes a long ways. Trust me. They leave good reviews and they tell all their friends. The third bonus tip is make sure you have a cleaning company and you keep this place clean, all right? And don't ever enter your condo complex or home without having it cleaned first, because trust me, these people are not going to take care of this piece of property like it's their own, especially if you're doing 1 to 7 day rentals. Those are people that are early on in the stages of life. They have kids and they're going to be down there and they're going to be rough and tough on your stuff. Just know that up front, where if you're dealing with people on a monthly rental, you're dealing with people that are a little further on in life that can afford to take a month off of work, or that are working remotely, bringing their grandkids down, and they're not as hard on your things. In the fourth bonus tip, and this is almost like a no-brainer, right? You just leave little bottles of water, maybe 3 or 4, and a bottle of wine and some snacks, so that when people get there, they're like, oh, you know, even if they don't drink wine, it's still a nice gesture, and they still have snacks for their kids or for themselves that they can eat periodically through there. And when they go home, again, they're going to tell all their friends and family about how great it was to stay at your condo complex, and they're going to book their next trip before they even leave this trip, or right when they do leave it. So hopefully this video helps. Consider hitting that subscribe button, hitting that like button. Helps me get this content out there to other people just like you that are looking for more information about buying their investment condo or home. And and go down to the description of this video. There's going to be other videos out there about buying and selling real estate in the Clearwater Beach and surrounding area. And if you're thinking about buying or selling condo or a home here in the Clearwater Beach or surrounding area, feel free to reach out to me at 734-972-7388, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye for now.